Right, this is a terrific eggplant dish. So we grab an eggplant, medium one here. Make sure it's nice and smooth. I know it sounds ridiculous. You're in the veggie shop and you're checking your eggplant to make sure it's smooth, because if it's a bit wrinkly, it could be a bit old. That's the last thing we want. And then we'll cut it in half, and we're just going to cut it into wedges like that. That helps with the cooking process, because we're going to actually then roast this in the oven until it's tender. A bit of oil on it, and also I'll add a bit of salt, and then into the oven, 200 degrees, I'd say about 15 or 20 minutes. So it's now fairly tender, which is important. Eggplant is not one of the things that you think of as medium rare. Now, what I'm going to do with this is make a miso glaze. 2 tablespoons of caster sugar, 2 tablespoons of sake. I think somebody's been into the sake. It's supposed to be cooking sake, but I think somebody's been drinking it. 1 tablespoon of mirin, which is a Japanese rice wine, and 3 tablespoons of red miso paste. And then we just mix that up. Just make sure you mash the miso. I've never cooked much with miso, I must admit, but I went to a terrific restaurant in Melbourne called Tokyo Tina, and they did a dish with miso, and I thought, Huey, you must try something with miso. This was beautiful. I don't know why, I'd always had a mental block about it. I thought it was all veggie stuff, you know. All right, so what we now do is we put that on the eggplant. Just be a little careful, you don't want it all to run off. Some of it will run off anyway. And then we're just going to put it back in the oven for about not much more than 10 minutes until we've got a bit of a glaze. Be very careful because this has been in the oven, so it's going to be hot. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to serve some beans underneath it. Just have a look there. I've just shredded those beans. Now, these were nice young beans, but this is brilliant when the beans are a bit old and tired. And you just use one of those little bean shredder, I suppose. And I'm just going to toss those in my pan with some hot oil. I'm just going to toss it around. It doesn't need any flavourings whatsoever, purely and simply because we've got lots of flavour in that eggplant. Very briefly, because they're only fine slivers, there's nothing worse than overcooked veggies. And let's have a look at our eggplant. And looking pretty bloody wonderful. I really am looking forward to this. Not bad for an old fella. Right, beans, pretty close. As I said, don't overcook. Of course you could just do a salad of rocket or something like that. But I do think it's nice to add another veggie. Particularly, I do love beans. Snow peas would be nice too, wouldn't they? So let's just put those on our plate. I remember Iain, who was a great restaurateur, once saying that food should look like somebody has just thrown it on the plate. Neatly, of course. She was very anti that idea of food that looked like 1,000 chefs that had their fingers in it. And what I'd serve with it, because I'm being fancy today, I've got this bottle of mum, just there, mum from Marlborough. Pretty bloody good, really is. No, it's not champagne, but it's very, very close. So maybe a glass of that with your miso glazed eggplant on your bed of slivers of green beans. Yeah, you'd be doing well. Guys, to show your support for my channel and to keep in the loop, subscribe. It's easy to do, and don't forget, it's free. Okay, cheers.